We stood in the doorway calling, bare feet on a cold still floor. Your footsteps faded into silence. The house didn't breathe anymore. We didn't know what leaving meant, only that you didn't turn around. Two little girls in the quiet, listening for a mother's sound. Mama, where did you go when the shadows took you away? Why did you leave us standing in the doorway, calling your name? Sometimes you were morning sunlight, sometimes the unexpected storm. We learned to read the weather by your breath, your footsteps, the way you entered the room. Your shadow started growing long before you walked away. We felt the dark you carried, even when you tried to stay. Then one day the storm stayed with you. You followed where it led. You walked into a deeper night and never looked back once you fled. We reached for you with trembling hands, but you slipped beyond our sight. We didn't know the name for it, only that you chose the night. Mama, where did you go when the shadows called your name? Why did you walk into the dark places where we could never follow? Was the light too bright for the wounds you carried? Was the darkness the only place you ever felt at home? Back in the doorway, two little girls still reaching, offering their small hearts into the night. We kept offering our small hearts, hoping our love would pull you through. We tried to be enough for you, the way children always do. But every time we reached for you, your hands were never there. We learned to mother each other in the absence of your care. Mama, we tried to follow, but your footsteps faded fast. We kept calling into the silence, hoping love would bring you back. We carried questions in our bones. We grew up inside. Your leaving the house stopped bracing for your storms, your midnight fights, but our little bodies didn't know it. We still flinched at imagined nights. We learned to walk on quiet feet, mistaking fear for grieving. We tried to trace your footsteps, to understand your leaving, but every path we followed led us to the dark again. We finally saw the road you chose, Mama, the one sinking into the dark. You didn't lose your darkness changed. It stopped being a path you walked. It became a prison around you, one you couldn't break. Alone we tried to understand your shadows, but the path that held you would have swallowed us whole. You weren't coming back, not because you couldn't find us, but because the darkness had taken you far beyond choosing anymore. Two daughters waiting in the doorway. One missed your softness, one braced for your storms. She held the warmth you gave. I held the weight you left. Where's my mommy? She left and isn't coming back, and it was never because of us. Why didn't she love us? Her heart was too wounded to love anyone at all. Why didn't she try? She kept choosing the darkness until the darkness chose her. Why couldn't we save her? We couldn't. She was no longer free to reach for the light. Mama, where did you go when the shadows called your name? Why did you walk into the dark places where we could never follow? We saw you through the window, small, trembling in your skin. Your eyes searching, then slipping away. You knew the end was near. We felt the fear in you, your body breaking down, your storm still stirring in your chest. Storms we would no longer try to pull you from again. We felt you slipping free from the chaos, from the pain, from the storms that shaped your life. All we wanted was to hold your hands, to comfort you in your fear. But the world closed its doors, and all we could do was watch from the other side of the glass. Just sorrow, just tenderness. Two daughters softly watching a mother fade into her own night. Mama, we forgive you, not because you changed, but because our hearts finally could. We carry you gently now in the quiet place where sorrow lives. We know you found a softer peace beyond the weight you wore. We walk in the light that stayed just out of your reach, and we'll love you evermore. And still we remember the question we carried all our lives. Why you walked into the dark places where we could never follow. Because the path that held you, mama, was never meant to be ours. Two little girls in the doorway, now grown hearts made
दूर